na mapambo. Nalipia mtoto wako elimu ya bure ya juu, unanipa ya bure lakini ya ujuu. Oh no. So nitapata wapi majibu ya maswali? Mahindi lienda wapi? Pia shilingi ya shule za msingi. Paula mtume, mbona jela usimtume? Lazima abuniwe tume. Lazima abuniwe tume. Mapenzi ndizo hali mabasa tulificha kwa kabati. Kazi kwa vijana, pesa kwa wazee. Tulimangamanga mpaka za maded I say. Lazima abuniwe tume. Lazima abuniwe tume. Oh. Sheria. Oh. Sheria. Sheria. Fuata. Sheria. Sheria. Oh, oh. Sheria. Yeah, yeah. Fuata. Sheria. 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 Oh, oh. Fuata. Sheria. Sheria. Pia wewe mwananchi, tabia zako ziko chini. Unapenda kulipa hongo na kutumia njia za uongo. Una mipango na hata watoto wa kando, haujui hata majina yao. Kura yako uliuza maini figo, ukakulia hadi dini. Kisha wasema tukuthamini, na wewe hapo hauaminiki. Na wewe hapo haupangiki.
Wapi kidero when you need to slap somebody? Complain ufisadi, kwani ulidhani t-shirt 50 bob leso siku ya campaign ilikuwa free? Ni 5 year loan investment, utalipa king ya parliament. We are one, amani we are one. Na utumishi kwa wote, utu missing CCTV we were watching. Racial insecurity na job opportunity ni kama mti ya kibiriti. Side moja heavy, usiniambie Kenya kuna umaskini, kwani hizi fat fingers zinaibia nane? Maskando ina threaten our survival. Media define leadership, na sura ukiaka front page na improve readership. Ambia wase wa Twitter wa hashtag hii ama hash reality doesn't make a good TT. Commission of inquiry wanakula commission bila kutupa ukweli. Ni kubaya mpaka kukiwa kuzuri unashindwa nini mbaya. Machozi ya perpetrator ineza dilute damu ya victim ilimwagika. After all is said and done, all will be said, nothing will be done. You're not my tribe, but you're my blood type. Lakini it doesn't have to take tragedy to know that.
Sheria.
Wait. Yes, this is Sheria Dive, and if you're wondering where the energy is coming from, I'm just glad to be alive. Aren't you glad to be alive? Tuko hapa kwa studio, manze. What a beautiful day. I'm just looking at the window, and it's going to rain at some point. But before then, leo ni kinyasa na sundress. Remember, that's your uniform your Saturday. Welcome to Sheria Dive. If you're joining us for the first time, karibu sana. In this show, this is that grown-up show where we discuss grown-up issues in a grown-up way. And our issues are mostly legal issues. So today we're talking about the Assembly and Demonstration Bill. This bill is coming hot on the heels of the Finance Bill protest. We need to look at what Parliament is trying to suggest with this bill. Is it here to try and curtail our human rights and our constitutional freedoms? Or is it trying to ensure that the exercise of those rights and freedoms does not interfere with the rights of others? So we're going to be looking at that. But before then, today in our artist feature, we're talking about Charisma. Charisma is a fantastic artist. We're going to be playing some of his music. And of course, you can always find more music from him online and on his pages. That's our artist of the day. And of course, some legal news this week. We Kamu. What is the relationship between We Kamu and 4 million? We're going to be talking about Nonini and how Nonini sued an influencer for using his music in an ad. Where? Ninoma. Of course, this is also the week where the Inspector General of Police has decided, I am not going to obey court orders. Mutadu? I remember seeing Yvonne Okora asking him, who do you think you are? Wewe ni nani? That's what we're going to be talking about. And if you're feeling the vibe like I'm feeling the vibe, why don't you just reach out to us on our socials at Pawa Radio, at WaNjeri. And of course, if you're watching this on YouTube, you can use the live chat feature. Salimia mtu ama utu. Just tell me I look nice. You know, we need this. Or tell Flozy, Flozy, I like the music. I like the selections, Guys, we want to hear it. We want to hear from you. We just want to get your questions so that we can have a very consultative session. Hii leo ni civic education. That's why we're here. So when you hear people are talking about the bill, hata unaingia hapo na kifua manzi. Wacha niwaambie kwanza umeangalia hiyo section 17. Section 17 kwanza people are wondering, bana. Msee, kwani ulianza kusoma sheria lini? You don't have to tell them where you got it from. Right here. That's why we're here to serve you and to help you. But karibuni sana, it's a beautiful, beautiful day ahead of us. Please let us know where you're listening in from, and we'll be glad to give you a shout out. But for now, let's get some music from Charisma.
Pawa Radio. Tune in and power up.
My angel in disguise, sent from heaven just to give my broken heart another chance. When ni malaika wangu, every single time you are away, my heart forgets just how to be. And maybe I should let you know, even if the earth should fly away, I'd find a way to you. Maybe I should let you know. Every single night I ask the Lord to keep you safe. For me, the moonlight in the dark, shining brighter than the brightest star will ever see. Malaika nakupenda, na kila saa you're far away, my heart forgets just how to be. And maybe I should let you know that even if the earth should fly away, I'd find a way. And maybe I should let you know, every single night I ask the Lord to keep you safe for me. Maybe I should I should let you know that even if the heart should fly away, I'll find a way to you.
Just imagine that. Even if the earth would fly away, I'd fly away to you. That's Charisma. And of course, did you know this gentleman is actually known as Fidel Sharma? Known as Charisma, aka Luya Hit, and Mr. Sababisha. Now, if you're wondering how you know Charisma, I'm sure you've come across this video of an artist on stage singing about Sindiria, then suddenly bras start flying on stage. Have you seen that? Watu walitupa bra nyingi sana hiyo event. I think it was about 2 weeks ago. That is Mr. Charisma, and of course, he's starting us off. Every Saturday when we come together, we do an artist feature, and he's our artist of the day. That is Let You Know by him. Let's listen to Wivu by Charisma, aka Mr. Luya Hit. And of course, what you could do for me, please let me know which of these songs do you like the most out of the list we have. We have about 5 songs coming up. So let me know which one of these songs do you feel the most. Wivu coming up next by Charisma.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
Whatever them say now it don't matter. Jealousy tryna blow us things. See them eyes them green cause they envy we. Give them a show, pina mukongo. Wachokoze, kulia kushoto. Joeni queen unachafu asinu. Kidansu na wachanganya. Let's take it slow, turinga kitoko. Tusiogope choma photo. Oh no, oh no. Hadi washikwe na follow. Because of you. Nivulie, sindiria, ninywe maziwa, ndio niweze kutulia. Jumambo yetu, kuna wengi wanafuatilia. But don't let it get to your head, moto yao tutazima. Baby, you make a man scatter. Utanifanya nikulambe mapaja, pole pole juu nikipanda. Hadi kukuwe na mvua rasha rasha. It's so fresh on the beat and you know it's a hit again.
Hiyo ni Wivu. Umesikia hapo Maria? Nitolee Cinderia. That is the one. This is one women are misbehaving. I don't know how to call it misbehaving because they're just having a lot of fun. That is Wivu by our feature artist this afternoon, Mr. Charisma himself. Coming up next is his song Sheria. Remember, we started with Let You Know, then we just played Wivu, and now we come to Sheria by Charisma, aka Mr. Luya Hit. Let me know if you like this song and how you feel it.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
mastingo ni zake mandingo. Natoka klabu wa mwisho kwa mfuko ni zero lawama ya kesho. El Capitan napenda usherati na warembo malisa mwili mechoka lakini bado ninagodha anarumbosa ni mina wacho hana ngodha ni demo mmoja na ameomoka situko mavitu na tunazoza kama uko nervous tonga kijaba usijelala kuna walevi wamekuja wamenyanya akina dada wanataka biringanya ndio sherehe imeanza kwa sherehe utatupata
Ukifika kwenye party statement ya kifahari mara she's a bei ghali Diona Versace chini piga nari na pamba safiris na shingo ziwe icy Sub-Zero fatality Ndoku malo ndoku donjo kwenye shere Style deadly kila mtu na baby DJ ongeza tena speakers iheme Watu wacheze kuna rambo na ndiamo Washika wako kila mtu obrigado Kumatumbo chopoko wa miela nyere Kineno kairodu manokoro hiriembo jochende Kodong Kodong
washa kishaga kama uko nervous tonga kijaba usijelala kuna walevi wamekuja wamenyanya akina dada wanataka biringanya ndio sherehe imeanza kwa sherehe utatupata
Okay, fine. I have a 100 bob in my pocket. Nataka nikunywe 40 shillings. 60 shillings ni fair? Fair.
Sasa presti na utaki Deno usula
I have a 100 bob in my pocket. Safi sana, just sending out some greetings to Yusuf all the way in Newcastle in the United Kingdom. Asante sana Yusuf for joining us. Remember, please let us know where you're joining us from, and you can do that by just posting on the live chat as well as just reaching out to us on the socials at Power Radio, at James K. WaNjeri. That was Sherehe, and you could hear Okello Max in there. I mean, you just put Okello Max in a song and you just know, in a as they like to say, in a donjo. Inafanya nini? In a donjo. Coming up next is Tonight. Is this your song for tonight? It's time to send that risky text. What are you doing? Send to many. Let's go.
Power Radio. In and power up.
I don't wanna lock you up. If you wanna go, then just go. Missing no buyer. Do your thing till I hire. See what in Himalayas. Our pants on fire. Took a toxic buyer. I can't deny. If you're going out tonight, I don't care who you be with. In a prison, you see me with another chick. You feeling it? I'm feeling it, and I want to let you know. Beautiful lover, let's keep it undercover. Cause if I give you banana, I know you won't recover. Milk wanatama, kwanza tukikusana, tukiwa nyama kwa nyama, mapenzi ni lawama. Your body is calling me tonight. You're my kryptonite. I'm going deep tonight. Your body is Body's calling me tonight. You're my kryptonite. I'm going deep tonight. Ay, ay, la la la, la 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 la. Tonight as I'm on the low, nobody else has to know. I'm here for the physical, achana na emotional. Mapenzi si irrational, so baby what you rushing for? See me nilisha kusho, I'm not what they're waiting for. Beautiful lover, let's keep it undercover. Cause if I give you banana, I know you won't recover. Milk wanatama, kwanza tukikusana. Tukiwa nyama kwa nyama, mapenzi ni lawama. Your body is calling me tonight. You're my kryptonite. I'm going deep tonight. Your body is calling me tonight. You're my kryptonite. I'm going deep tonight. Ay, ay, la la la, la 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 Your body is calling me tonight. You're my kryptonite. I'm going deep tonight. Your body is calling me tonight. You're my kryptonite. I'm going deep tonight.
Man, that guy is such a vibe, man. You know what I'm saying? That's Charisma with Tonight. And now, the final song in our artist feature by Charisma is Liar. When you hear that word, who comes to mind? Well, don't let me know.
Power Radio. Tune in and power up.
Kanairo mapenzi haitakangi wanyonge, ni kuchezana na kuambia na pole, ni kama tuko usherati sisi sote. Heri mimi nawe keleanga pombe, wale wabayan wenye pete kwa vidole, wale wabayan wenye wanakawa pole. Let me know kama ni ngumu basi let me go. Kila mtu anasema love is a scam. State of emergency, everybody run. Kila saa nikiwanga na we, you're the one. Lakini tukiwachana we belong to everyone. I'm a liar, she's a liar. Sisi wote ni malaya, woyo, woyo. Anagawa, minagawa. Sisi wote ni wabaya, mayo, mayo. Kwa loko, zikishika, napenda kutupa luka. Kulia na kushoto, cheza na uyote mkushoto. Mkanganyo wa roskoko, pocho na embe toto. Baby ya toto, mastingo ni moto mkoka nairo. Usicheze na mademu, watakupakata pakata na wakutoke mawe. Mkoka nairo, utakuliwa mresh. Utadhani ni adui kumbe hata ni so fresh. Kila mtu anasema love is a scam. State of emergency, everybody run. Kila saa nikiwanga na we, you're the one. Lakini tukiwachana we belong to everyone. I'm a liar, she's a liar. Sisi wote ni malaya, woyo, woyo. Anagawa, minagawa. Sisi wote ni wabaya, mayo, mayo.
She's a liar. I'm a liar. Sisi wote ni. Watch your story hapo. That's Charisma, fantastic artist that we featured on our artist feature today. And remember, In today's conversation, we're talking about this bill that is in Parliament. This is the Assembly and Demonstration Bill. And this bill is actually being brought to Parliament by a gentleman known as Geoffrey Kiringa Ruku, who's a member of Parliament. Unsurprisingly, this guy had brought this thing to Parliament, then guys caused noise online, then he said, I have withdrawn the bill. Kidogo, the bill is here, it's back. If there's one thing that is like, lazima it happen, it's Kenyan politicians lying to citizens, you know? Anyway, tunachambua hii bill, because you have to know exactly what are they saying and what should we be looking out for. And the question at the end will be, are we rejecting? Are we amending? Or are we accepting? Tuko pamoja? But of course, in legal news this week, sometime last year, there's a gentleman known as Nonini, who you probably know from his songs, especially millennials. Nonini was an artist you listened to growing up. He's a guy who always had some dirty, what we call dirty music, naughty music, which is today's kawaida music. The Trailblazers. So Nonini has this song, which we're about to play next. And I'm going to be telling you why this song has been the subject of court proceedings. And just this past week, someone was ordered to pay 4 million shillings because of playing this song. So, here's the song for those who don't know.
Pawa Radio. Tune in and power up.
Nonini 2003 chukua yambie wekamu kwani nini ujamona mantika mwambia kam mwambia kuje Leoni
kwa keta kama stoki hapa
wekamu
kwa hivyo ukitaka
wekamu
Leoni kwa keta kama stoki hapa
wekamu
kwa hivyo ukitaka
home leo utanipata jo sitatoka kuandika ngoma si unajua siwezi choka miezi 6 nimekuwa kwa studio nikishughulikia ngoma yako weka si unaisikia vilikopoa kwanza kabisa hebu hiyo jako yako toa kuna siri yote lazima like niambia toboa ushaiguzwa mali jo kasikia kukojoa leo mimi na wewe au sio poa umesahau home ambia ule Concord atakudondoa kwetu hapo nje na gate yetu si ya blue ni orange start flow angalia tu juu lakini uchungu kunikalifuata unaweza shuku wewe ni mgonduka katwa shingo style ya kuku hiyo chako inachemshwa waziwa na kunywa supu ndio tema chupa zimevunjika mgutupu jijifanye supu sababu yako tu
kwa keta kama stoki hapa
weka
kwa hivyo ukitaka
weka
niko kwa keta kama stoki hapa
weka
kwa hivyo ukitaka
weka ushaichotwa na gari nipo sana za kucheki nikaa nimechotwa na gari niambie leo tutakaa mto tafadhali homa kuna bati shawa afadhali leo lazima nibambie wapi kwa bafu na rounding kombele usifanye nionge uchafu kali yako ni lazima tajua maana ya bafu chafu nyama choma leo tunaikula hivyo kavu weka mtu wewe ni mpoa tu sana muona cho uendagi na kaa uenda kitu toka nike kiasi yake klima upapo na useme jo move utabangi kutoka home leo nywele yako itakuwa shaki mtoto kuuliza ulikuwa wapi utasema nini niko natuma salamu kwa baba na mama kwa kila nene
kwa keta kama stoki hapa
weka
kwa hivyo ukitaka
weka
niko kwa keta kama stoki hapa
weka
kwa hivyo ukitaka
weka na football hapa na napika na usivae jinsi imekushika juu ya meza leo lazima utakatika bila kitu tukisikiza maneno kuisha na kuje peke yako maneno kuisha
kuroga kuisha kuna mtu anatuona
tukisikiza maneno kuisha na kuje peke yako jo sikuje na best zako sitaki kombi leo na kutaka wewe peke yako useme unaenda wapi sitaki noma na matako sema unaenda laibu sitaki noma na budako anjua sini mabest leo ni poa nikifungua mlango tu hivi anza kutoa sinakumbuka ile chakula nilikwambia inaweza ngoja kuna nyingine tamu hapo kitaka unaweza onja pole jo ujui inaweza kunyonga umecheza mingi kwa mdomo mpaka shindwa kubonga tulia wacha kafungue mlango kuna mtu anagonga
niko kwa keza, stoki hapa, kwa hivyo ukitaka yo niko kwa keza, stoki hapa, kwa hivyo ukitaka yo niko kwa keza, stoki hapa, kwa hivyo ukitaka
mina mtoto welcome ushe watch baby boy welcome yoko taruka welcome au sio jua kali welcome kauna mtoto le mwambie welcome mpigie simu na mwambie welcome mpigie simu na mwambie welcome hata kama ni welcome acha story ya madha welcome acha story ya mzee welcome acha story ya chani welcome
niko kwa keza, stoki hapa, kwa hivyo ukitaka yo niko kwa keza, stoki hapa, kwa hivyo ukitaka
yo nini uko kwa keza na kutaka, kwa hivyo akikuwa
Wekamu. So let me paint a picture for you about exactly what happened. Brian Mutinda got, I think, into a deal with a company that was selling electronics, right? So this company is called Cynix Electronics or Cynix Electronics. It's Synix. So you let me know how we pronounce that. So this is a setting. There's a video that was posted on Twitter, and I think it had also been posted on TikTok. In that video, Brian Mutinda is alone in the house living room, and then there was a skit he was doing. And the skit was in sync with the song lyrics, which is basically, leo niko kwa keja, sitoki hapa. Kwa hivyo kitaka, welcome. Alright? And so in that video, he's welcoming a lady to his house to watch a television screen, and it had been branded in the name of the electronics company. So when Nonini saw this, and I remember we actually saw this dispute coming out in real time. When Nonini saw this, he said, yo, bro, you've used my song. You didn't ask for my permission. Just reach out. We see how we can give you the permission, and then we proceed. Brian Mutinda na Cynix ni nani? Wakasema we kwenda bana, jidishi mse. Nonini naye ni nani? They went to court. When they went to court, Brian Mutinda and Cynix did not come to court to challenge the suit, okay? So the court awarded damages for 1 million shillings. Then the lawyers came, made an application to set aside. It was set aside. And then they went through the entire trial. And now they have been told to pay 4 million shillings for copyright infringement. Now, what is the problem with this? Because does this mean that if you and I just go ahead and post a video online and, it has someone's song, have you violated their copyright? No. The problem in this case was that Brian Mutinda and Cynix, this video was a commercial work. Basically, it was an advertisement, isn't it? So they were using his song in a commercial, meaning Cynix was making money and Brian Mutinda himself was making money. When you do that, when you use an artist's original creation in a way that makes you money, then you have to pay them. All right? You have to get a license to use that copyright. If you do not get a license to use that copyright, then we say you are infringed on their copyright. Sawa sawa. So that was a mistake that happened here. But you and I taking a photo, you take a bikini photo and then unaeka Bible verse hapo, and then unaeka a gospel song, you're too faithful to fail me. Ukiweka hiyo hakuna mtu anakujia unless you are selling that bikini. All right? So there's what we call fair use. Fair use is allowed, where in essence there is no financial benefit that is coming from the user of that product. So copyright law in Kenya is a real thing, and there are people who continue to violate copyright. And I just wish that Brian Mutinda and Cynix had actually reached out to Nonini at the time so that matter would have been dealt with. But of course, that never happened. And now Nonini is going to be 4 million shillings richer. Of course, duru za kuaminika zinasema there'll be an appeal against that decision. I guess we keep our eyes peeled and our ears open just to hear and to see where this story goes from here. Of course, the other thing as well is 3 individuals were abducted by police in Kitengela, and they're being blamed for being part of the team that gets people in Kitengela to, go on protest. And one of them is Mr. Bob Njagi, and Bob Njagi is an advocate of the High Court. So when they were taken, and because they were taken by police, their families then went to the police stations. They couldn't find them. All right. So quickly, the lawyers led by the Law Society of Kenya went to file what we call a habeas corpus application. And habeas corpus simply means produce the body. This is the application that is made when someone has been taken by police and you do not know where they are. And so they went, and the court actually issued an order to the Inspector General of Police, who is the acting Inspector General of Police, produce those guys. All right? Those orders were issued. The current acting Inspector General of Police is one Mr. Masengeli. All right? Now, Bob Njagi was arrested together with 2 brothers, Jamil and Asley Longton. So the 3 of them have been taken. And according to their families, the car that captured them on CCTV is the same one that had captured Bob Njagi. All right? And they also say it was a Subaru. And they actually believe it was cops who took these guys. But the news is actually in the fact that despite repeated orders, 6 court orders have been ignored by the acting Inspector General of Police, Masengeli. Yesterday, he was required to appear in court. And guess where he was? In a workshop in Mombasa. As in, guys, mbona tunafuata sheria huku? If the state and the police can be the first ones to actually disobey court orders. And this is actually a very worrying trend that we have in this country, because during the finance bill protest and even the protest after, within that period, the court issued an order and said, do not use tear gas against protesters who are peaceful. Tear gas was still used. The courts then issued another court order and said, do not cover your faces, do not cover the number plates when you're going to deal with protesters. They still went ahead and did it. The court issued another order and said that live firearms will only be used when the police, his life is in danger, or when he's protecting another life. However, what did we see? Police were using live rounds against peaceful protesters. Rex Masai was a first casualty of police brutality because a police officer used his firearm against a court order that already existed. And I think it's very, very dangerous when the police are in the front line in disobeying court orders. Because what happens when the citizens also decide we are also going to defy the court orders? What happens when the citizens also come and say, we are not going to do these things? We are going to have a lawless society. We are more than the police. Tutawa overwhelm. But unfortunately, this is not a new phenomenon. You remember when Uhuru Kenyatta was president, he led his government in disobeying multiple court orders. Fred Matiang'i, who some like to hail as a hero, disobeyed court orders. Remember Miguna? Matiang'i had a court order saying, bring that man back here, because he had been deported and he was a Kenyan citizen, and they revoked his Kenyan citizenship. And the court said you cannot revoke a Kenyan citizenship in that manner. You cannot do that. Your citizenship is something you have with you until the day you die. Did they bring back Miguna? They did not bring back Miguna. So we have a culture now in this country where court orders are treated like mere suggestions. And the question, I guess, is what happens when the citizens also begin to learn from their leaders and to do the same thing? Can we really have a society? Rule of law means that we are all under the law, from the president to even the newborn child. All right? We are all under the law. We have to follow the law. And if you disagree with an order that has been made by the court, then you go back to that court because it will give you audience and tell them this is where I disagree and a decision is issued. However, we are now in a territory that is completely shocking. Guys, we are trading on very thin ice. We are on quicksand. Tukiendelea hivi, what's going to happen when the people also say we are not going to follow court orders? It's dangerous and it shouldn't be done. And Masengeli, who do you think you are? Wewe ni nani? No one is above the law. And of course, we join together the families of Bob Njagi, right? The families of Jamil Longton and the family of Asley Longton in demanding that they need to be released. They were taken by the police. The police need to produce them.
Power Radio. Tune in and power up.
Yeah. DNA. Domino, of course.
Ruka juu, banjuka juu. Life ni fupi na misi jifungi. Naweka shida chini na tupa mikono juu. Banjuka tu. Banjuka tu. Banjuka tu. Naweka shida chini na tupa mikono juu. Banjuka tu.
Mina come through niki rap tu ma 1-2 na kwenye klabu watu wana dance tu. Domino kwenye track maajabu. Beat wazim sauti ya dhahabu. Unatakaje ma welcome to bora sura ni nice amda bumps. Najua nimewakwachu, najua leo lazima watu wa banju. Chafuke kwani nini? Wanauliza tutasifu happy mpaka lini? Sisi tuna shida zetu, tusikize zako kwa nini? Wacha nishike drinks nikicheki warembo hivi. Tuangaliane, tusalimiane. Hizo namba za simu ndio tubadilishane. Ni vile tumejua na leo tu. Kwa hivyo leo tu tutainuka tu na kuruka tu. Banjuka juu. Life ni fupi na misi jifungi. Naweka shida chini na tupa mikono juu. Banjuka tu. Banjuka tu. Banjuka tu. Naweka shida chini na tupa mikono juu. Banjuka tu. Tumejuana umenipamba ni aje. Situende hivyo unionyeshe mtaani. Si uongo, hiyo keja yako ni safi. Nikaribishe, leo sani jue ni aje. Na si unajua leo nimekam na gari. Na inafaa ilale ndani ya parking. Nimebonga mbaya, malkia nisamehe. Ni venye hiyo keje na nishikishanga pepe. Nje na ndani kila kitu ni deadly. Lakini na hopa inanga wageni wengi. Juu hii game ni boka, sio soka. Story ya watu wengi kwa uwanja na ogopa. Nikushosa vile tutadu. Hizo vitu tutazikuta tu. Fladi na mashit tukizitupa juu. Niliuma juu zimekushika. Ruka juu. Banjuka juu. Life ni fupi na misi jifungi. Naweka shida chini na tupa mikono juu. Banjuka tu. Banjuka tu. Banjuka tu. Naweka shida chini na tupa mikono juu. Banjuka tu. Ruka tu. Banjuka juu. Life ni fupi na misi jifungi. Naweka shida chini na tupa mikono juu. Banjuka tu. Banjuka tu. Banjuka tu. Naweka shida chini na tupa mikono juu. Banjuka tu. Ruka tu. Ruka tu. Banjuka tu. Ruka tu. Ruka tu. Ruka tu. Banjuka tu. Ruka tu. Ruka tu. Ruka tu. Banjuka tu. Ruka tu. Ruka tu. Ruka tu. Banjuka tu.
DNA Banjuka 2. And with that, we dive into the Assembly and Demonstration Bill. Now, anytime you see a bill that is coming from Parliament, the first thing you should look at is at the very top of that page. It actually tells you what the bill is for. And this one, the Assembly and Demonstration Bill 2024, is an act of Parliament to give effect to Article 37 of the Constitution to provide for the regulation of the right of assembly and demonstration and for connected purposes. Of course, Article 37 of the Constitution of Kenya says every person has the right peaceably and unarmed to assemble, to demonstrate, to picket, and to present petitions to public authorities. Tuko pamoja? Now, let us begin with Section 3 of this proposed new act. The object and the purpose of the act, number one, is to recognize the right of peaceful assembly and demonstration. That's fine. Number two, ensure, so far as it is appropriate to do so, that persons may exercise the right to participate in assemblies and demonstrations. Okay? Number three, ensure that the exercise of the right to participate in assemblies and demonstrations is subject only to such restrictions as are necessary and reasonable in a democratic society in the interest of, number one, public safety, number two, public order, and number three, the protection of the rights and freedoms of other persons. Now, these words are very important words. Public safety, public order, protection of the rights and freedoms of other persons. Because, as we're going to be asking ourselves down the road, can these words be used to actually withhold the exercise of human rights by individuals? And finally, number four, ensure that the right of persons to participate in assemblies and demonstrations may be exercised without payment of a fee, charge, or other amount for a license, permit, or other authorization. Okay? So this act, of course, applies to all members of the public, and it shall take into account the right of the members of the public to enjoy the natural environment and to carry on business. Under Section 5 of that bill, it says that this act shall not affect the common law of trespass, including the right to request a trespasser to vacate the land or the right to remove the trespasser from the land. Of course, those of us who know trespass basically is when someone comes into your property without your consent and without your explicit approval. You have the right to remove them from that property, okay? And you have the right to request them to vacate the property. So now, at Section 6, they now set out what circumstances can limit your right to actually demonstrate under Article 37, okay? They say your right to peacefully assemble or demonstrate cannot be exercised where such assembly or demonstration may affect public safety, may affect public order, and C, may affect the protection of the rights and freedoms of other persons. Now, I already have a problem here because demonstrations by their very nature, just as the demonstration is, it actually means that something will be disrupted. If guys go, for instance, to the street, and let's even talk about femicide. When we went for femicide, there was a standstill, there are traffic standstill, right? That affects public order. All right? Let's say you're going to protest against the Inspector General of Police. Msimtafunga hiyo barabara. Or you'll hold placards. That affects public order. But now they're saying you cannot exercise your right to peacefully assemble or demonstrate if it will affect public safety. And perhaps the question to ask is, who determines whether public safety has been affected? Because the danger we have with this government, and even with the previous government, and what governments have always tried to do, is governments do not want you to be out on the streets protesting. We always need to have that at the back of our minds. The government is not keen on having you and I out on the streets protesting. So, who determines when public safety has been affected? But then also, let's use the example of the Occupy Parliament protests. We know that politicians went ahead and hired goons to infiltrate the protests. Where goons have come and infiltrated a protest and it has turned deadly, who has actually affected the public safety? By the way, to date, none of the goons has been arrested. None of the politicians who financed them have been arrested. This is despite the fact that we have the police on record saying we know the people who actually brought the goons. The financiers, nothing has been done to them. So it can be very easy to actually infiltrate a peaceful protest and then come and say you have violated public safety, you have violated public order, and you have violated the protection of the rights and freedoms of other persons. At Section 7, you need to apply before you can hold an assembly or a demonstration. All right? A person intending to convene an assembly or demonstration shall notify the regulating officer of such intent at least 3 days, but not more than 14 days before the proposed date of the assembly or demonstration. All right? You have to notify before the protest begins. You have to notify the regulating officer. Now, unfortunately, if you go to the definition, regulating officer has not been defined. So I think even as we talk about our public participation, that needs to be clarified. Who is this regulating officer? And remember, you have to give at very least 3 days notice, but you also cannot give more than 14 days notice. So you have between 3 to 14 days notice, okay? Now, let's look at this notice. The notice that is given must have the full names and physical address of the organizer of the proposed assembly or demonstration. Okay? So you give your full names and you give your physical address so that if the police need to come after whoever organized, they know exactly where to come and find you. Higher. The full names and physical addresses of the marshals appointed by the convener. So if you're coming with traffic marshals, you need to have their full names and physical addresses provided. Then you also need to provide the proposed date of the assembly or demonstration and the time, which shall be between 6 o'clock in the morning and 6 o'clock in the afternoon. Then you will also indicate the proposed site of the assembly or demonstration or the proposed route in the case of a public procession. So far, so good. What is the danger? One of the feedback I've seen people have given is police will be looking for someone to victimize, especially when you're holding demonstrations that are anti-government. So by asking for those details, they know exactly where to come and get you. All right? Now, Section 7.4 provides that where once a notice is received, it is not possible to hold the assembly or demonstration for the reason that notice of another assembly or demonstration on the date, at the time, and at the venue proposed has already been received by the regulating officer. The regulating officer shall forthwith notify the organizer. Okay? Mchezo ni wa town. Mchezo ni wa town. So this is what is going to happen. If you come with your notice and the police also have a notice from someone else who was going to hold the protest on the same day, at the same time, and in the same area or in the venue that you want to come, then you'll be notified by the regulating officer. Remember who we have not defined. And that notification shall be in writing and shall be delivered to the organizer at the physical address specified. Umenipata? Why are we using a physical address? We have emails, we have WhatsApp, we have all these things. Why is it necessary for a delivery to be done to a physical address? Come on. Tuko mwaka gani? Okay? Now, when the regulating officer notifies the organizer of an assembly or demonstration that it is not possible to hold the proposed assembly or demonstration, such assembly or demonstration shall not be held on the date, at the time, and venue proposed, but may, subject to this section, be held on such future date as the organizer may subsequently notify. So essentially what they are saying is, for instance, you cannot have 2 protests in town. You cannot have 2 protests on Uhuru Highway, one at a time, in a country of 55 million people. Tuko pamoja? And when the police tell you that, it means yours is not proceeding. It's not going ahead. You tell me what you think. Then, the organizer of an assembly or demonstration or his authorized agent shall be present throughout the assembly or demonstration and shall assist the police in the maintenance of peace and order at the assembly or demonstration. So whoever is organizing has to be there from start to finish. And when the police need assistance, you assist them. And now I just wonder, if the police tear gas your demonstrators, as the organizer, essentially what is being stated here is that you should be standing with the police as they tear gas your people. Hey. Higher. A regulating officer or any police officer of or above the rank of inspector may stop or prevent the holding of 1. Any assembly or demonstration held contrary to the provisions of this section. They will stop it if it has been held contrary to the provisions. They get to make that decision. They don't even get to involve you in the making of that decision. Number 2, they may prevent the holding of any assembly or demonstration which, having regard to the rights and interests of the persons participating in such assembly or demonstration, poses a present or imminent danger of a breach of the peace or public order. Sasa hapa ndio tunafika wase. The police, a police inspector and above, they can make that decision. We are going to prevent this demo from being held because this, in our opinion, this assembly or demonstration poses a present or imminent danger of a breach of the peace or public order. We are actually not seeing a question of how then do you counteract what the police have said? How do you come and say, no, the information you're giving is actually wrong? At the end of the day, the police want your notice to hold the event. The police get to tell you if they have any other notice from someone else. The police get to tell you that you can postpone. The police also get to determine whether you can actually go ahead with the protest. We have a very problematic law in our hands, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a very problematic law here in our hands. But aishi hapo, if you refuse or neglect to obey any order issued by the police when they are revoking your demonstration, you commit an offense. Okay? When we come back, the act or the bill talks about participation in an unlawful assembly. What is that? And in terms of the offenses, what are the offenses and what are the penalties that have been provided? More on that. Remember, we're dealing with the assembly and demonstration bill. And if you have any question, you can use the live chat feature on our YouTube page, or you can reach out on the socials at James WaNjeri, at Pawa Radio. Sawa. Let's get those questions. I'm going to be responding to them one by one. But as of now, we have left it at section, we are now at section 7, subsection 10 of the proposed law. Twende kazi.
Pawa Radio. Tune in and power up.
Na kakienda basi enda na imeweza na ukibebwa basi bebwa nayo kitu safi ende chain mali safi ende chain kitu safi ende chain mali safi ende chain wamlambes kauli menisha kwa champes nimewacha kuwa siri ndio maana na bachain na machingri na squeezy hata ukikam na sansesi shikiki na daily niko busy na mabig fish wa jiji macheku sainiwa di kalama ziandiki mawenki bao kuzibeba ni tizi na kaka ni sa empty hakuna kasisi baadaye niko rienya ma drinks na mayengs banaye niko ding dona nikibleki 10 sai siko right side itabidi nime left chupori venye ziko brother ni kazi imeweza na kakienda basi enda na imeweza na ukibebwa basi bebwa nayo kitu safi ende chain mali safi ende chain kitu safi ende chain imeweza imeweza na ukibebwa basi bebwa nayo kitu safi ende chain chain mali safi ende chain chain kitu safi ende chain chain mali safi ende chain chain.
You guys, this one a good one, 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 this one, a good one. You guys, Coonets, Colo, the Sioux, I'll see you back in the days. Let's go, 1, 2, twende kazi.
Mini mugenge na pitaga na zile ziko maji zimebleki na kata maji kifika mabis nimebleki niko fiti nimekula makuki na makeki. Oh yes baby nimesete
sete napendaga zile zimesete jicho nyanya. Oh yeah wale wamesete zimesunga tu kwa kibete. Simama wacha kukatika kwenye kete
kete wacha kujisunga tu kwa kete. Tunajua genge ilishanivisha pete. Mina piga miti weni mate. Mina piga miti weni pate pate
pate boss. Hey mazo sinitoke kuna tos anataka tu niende kwake. Maso sema kebab yendio mkate. Hey boss wacha mpiga mate.
You got that bender. She can really get a good one. You got that bender. She can give you a good one. You got that bender. She can really get a good one. You got that bender. She can give you a good one.
Walaba is out. What's really cracking like it? Age that bender. Can you and me need sing? Cause she can get it. Shorty knows I ain't playing. Now she's the reason all of the fellas are saying
Bona, bogi benda amebeba vile miwaga napenda acheki nikirusha that shy guy najua anapendaga that sly guy.
Niko area car length times width. Sina height but anapenda my length she admits. One of us has to be the short one in the relationship. So I'ma take one for the team.
Tunawatembelea, tunawagongea wanabaki mutaani wakituongea. Tulinyemelea, tukakagua tukaacha mtaani wametolea.
You got that bender. She can really get a good one. You got that bender. She can give you a good one. You got that bender. She can really get a good one. You got that bender. She can give you a good one.
She can't get it. She can give you. She can get it. She can give you. She can get it. She can give you. And that's why I'm Yemelea.
Baby, do the math, add the bets of protocol, divide the legs, let's multiply. Haina mbulu piga hesabu. Karizo as a Yemelea. We on fire, Mayday, tunateketea, baby.
Yo, this is my motto, katia demo moto, wacha chali ashike moto, ushashinda loto. Yo, never ever msoto, niko time, yani pronto, daktari loliondo. Yo, mchezo weka kande, you
Olomide silence. Mi wapigisha makelele sirens. Mstari ziko juu, sema rhyme sense. Nipate tu ya maji kama Hisense. You guys.
Yes boss, mi ndio sauce. Kusosi mi uanzaga na main course. You guys. She'll get it of course. Always on track, never off course.
You got that bender. She can really get a good one. You got that bender. She can give you a good one. You got that bender. She can really get a good one. You got that bender. She can give you a good one. You got
Nyemeleari. And that's why I'm Nyemeleari. You got I'm Nyemeleari. And that's why I'm Nyemeleari. You got and that's why she can read. This is what I call the Fantastic Four. Gabu, Tasha, Bona, and Kolo. Let's take it away. Take it away. You guys, you know Juicy went to the club, huh? There was an Adenda who was rogging me. Mad, you guys.
As we talk about Nyemeleri, is the Assembly and Demonstrations Bill 2024 trying to nyemelea on our human right to protest and to demonstrate peaceably and unarmed? We are now at section 7. And remember, what we've said so far is moving forward, if this bill actually passes, you'll require a permit. In essence, that's what is happening here. The police actually have to agree to you holding the demonstration. They're trying to hide it in, some pretty language, but in essence, that is actually what is happening. Now, of course, if you take part in an unlawful assembly, you are liable to imprisonment for 1 year. Tuko pamoja? Now, the person who is organizing the assembly or demonstration may request the regulating officer that the police be present, okay, at the assembly so that you can maintain peace and order. When that happens, you have to give at least 3 days notice to the police before that demo happens. And the regulating officer is required to keep a public register of all notices that have been received. These are the notices of people who want to hold a public, you want to hold a protest or you want to hold a demonstration. And further, any person may, during working hours, inspect the register that has been kept by the regulating officer. We need to define who that regulating officer is. Now, the other thing at section 8, we speak about what are the conditions for the conduct. Okay? Number 1, the regulating officer is the one who specifies the conditions for the holding of an assembly or demonstration. And those conditions shall relate to public safety, maintenance of public order, or protection of the rights and freedoms of other persons. The police will also determine the payment of the cost of cleaning up which may arise out of the holding of the assembly or demonstration. Okay? Are we together? Class, are we together? The police will determine the cost of cleaning up. Remember, you're already paying taxes for the cleanup to be done by the county government. Then, the police will also determine, okay, the recognition of any inherent environmental or cultural sensitivity of the place of assembly or demonstration. And they'll also determine the application to the place of assembly or demonstration of any resource management practice of a delicate nature. So all this is left within the police. The police are the ones who are going to tell you, utamaliza, mutafanya usafi. Hapa, this is a culturally sensitive or an environmentally sensitive area. Okay? You cannot demonstrate here. Higher. What if you do not like those conditions? They say, if you do not like the conditions, you can apply to the High Court to set aside or vary those conditions. Okay? You have to file within 3 days after you've received the notice of the imposition of a condition or prohibition. But remember, unfortunately, the police actually do not have a timeline within which they can give you those conditions. Which means, if your event is tomorrow, they can even give you those conditions on the day. How much time do you really have to go before the court for them to set it aside? So one of the things, if we are going to go this way, then let the police have a timeline. Let them get back to you within X number of days. Then you can go ahead and exercise your option. So the conditions have to be set aside or to be varied by the High Court of Kenya. Okay? Where the High Court upholds the condition or prohibition, the regulating officer shall bar the place of assembly or demonstration and keep it closed or inaccessible to the public for such time as may be necessary to prevent the assembly or demonstration from taking place. So if the police actually put a condition and say, you cannot go to Uhuru Park, okay? Unless the High Court sets that aside, the police have the power to go and surround Uhuru Park so that you do not access it. Okay. What about the conduct of assembly? Under Section 10, it provides that the convener may appoint marshals to control the participants in the assembly or demonstration and take necessary steps to ensure that the assembly or demonstration at all times proceeds peacefully. Then, the same convener shall ensure that those marshals and participants are informed of the conditions of holding the assembly or the demonstration, and that an assembly or demonstration shall proceed and take place at the locality and in the manner and during times specified in the notice. So now, this bill also wants to determine how do you go ahead and do your protest? What can't you do? So these are the prohibitions. Number one, you cannot use a banner, placard, speech, or singing, or in any other manner to incite hatred of other persons or any group on account of differences in culture, race, sex, language, or religion. Okay? 2, you cannot perform any act or utter any words that are calculated or likely to cause or encourage violence against any person or group of persons. Who determines whether the language encourages violence? That is a question for judges to decide. I don't think it can be a question for the police to decide. I think you remember when we had the finance bill protest, some guys in Nyahururu were taken to court on the charge of saying Ruto must go. That is a criminal offense. Higher. You also cannot wear a disguise. You cannot wear a mask or any other apparel or item which obscures your face or prevents your identification. So hata kuvaa masks. You remember our COVID masks? You cannot wear those masks. You cannot paint your face. We have to see you. The government wants to be able to identify you when you're out there in the protests. You also cannot wear any form of apparel or clothes that resembles any of the uniforms worn by security forces, including the police and the Kenya Defense Forces. And finally, you cannot possess any offensive weapon otherwise than in pursuance of lawful authority. Here, I think the police are going to have a tall order determining whether a statement is being made to encourage violence. All right? Tukisema Zakayo aende. Are we encouraging violence against Zakayo? Zakayo ataka kwa Biblia, by the way. Itakuwa ngori. Now, one of the things that has always come up has been, who is liable for damage that occurs when people have gone out for a protest? So at Section 12, they say, where during the carrying on of an assembly or demonstration, damage to property occurs as a result of the assembly or demonstration, every organization and every person participating in such assembly or demonstration shall, subject to subsection 2, be jointly and severally liable for such damage. So what does this mean? It means that if you organize a protest and people come for that protest, and then damage occurs, things are destroyed, then you will be held liable. The person organizing and any organizations that are organizing with you. Okay? However, on the one hand, of course, you know that there are those who will say, but the government can actually send people, politicians can send people to infiltrate and come and cause violence and damage things. Why should we actually be paying for that? So at subsection 2, it provides that there are certain defenses you can have. Number one, if you can show that the person or the organization did not permit or connive at the act or omission which caused the damage in question, okay? This was not permitted by us. Then, that act or omission did not fall within the scope of the objectives of the assembly or demonstration in question, and it was not reasonably foreseeable, okay? As we're not coming to damage, here are our objectives. This is what we are going to do, okay? No one could reasonably have foreseen that damage would have occurred. Then you also have to show that you took all reasonable steps within your power to prevent the act or omission in question. Provided that proof that the person or the organization forbade an act of the kind in question shall not by itself be regarded as sufficient proof that the person or the organization took all reasonable steps to prevent the act in question. So this is also a very big nonsense. So what they are saying is that when you bring proof to show that we forbade these kind of actions, they are saying it will not be regarded as sufficient proof. So what is sufficient proof? I guess that is a matter now for the court to determine. Is this proof sufficient? What exactly is sufficient proof? Why couldn't they just determine what that sufficient proof is, and then we deal with it on that basis and we move on, you know? Now, what are the powers of the police? Police have the power, number one, to prevent the participants from proceeding to a different place or from deviating from the route. So if you said you're going to occupy parliament, police can prevent you from going to State House, for example. To the example, it makes sense. or from disobeying any specified condition. So the police have that power. Okay? Then the police also have the power to restrict the gathering to a place or guide the participants along a route to ensure that, number one, vehicle and pedestrian traffic is not interfered with. Number two, there is appropriate distance between participants in the assembly and rival assemblies. Number three, they will also ensure that there is access to property and workplaces. And number four, they'll ensure that there is prevention of injury to persons or damage to property. The police can also order any participant interfering or attempting to interfere with an assembly or demonstration to cease and to remain at a distance from such assembly or demonstration. Sawa sawa? Police can also take any steps that may be necessary to protect persons and property, whether or not they are participants in the assembly or demonstration. When we come back, we now look at the offenses. What are the offenses and what are the penalties that are being provided in these offenses? Remember, we're talking about the Assembly and Demonstration Bill. And if you have any questions, we have our YouTube live chat. It's up, it's active, it's on. Just put in your question there. And I see Yusuf all the way from Newcastle is saying, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. If you have any questions, please reach out to us on the socials at Pawa Radio, at James K. WaNjeri. Let's get some music.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Pawa Radio.
Yeah, I'm standing on the stage, looking at the audience, I'm frightened. They told me that this thing was all exciting. All the attention I'm attracting on the mic and the hype and the buzz got me thinking about my life when I'm through with this, so gonna be next there. Been working hard, so I hardly take a rest there. I see you focus on your swag and your fresh gear. Me, I'm trying to be a damn legend, man, is that clear? I had a dream that one day I'd be sitting on a round table with Kanye, talking about business and buying beats from Andre. They said the best things come to those who are humble. I've been a humble dude that you wouldn't believe. I chose hip-hop and I swore to never leave. At this point, I done left behind all the beef, cause resorting to violence only proves that you weak. What up? And mama told me that, son, you gotta be strong and you don't got to worry. So you can criticize me all you want, but you don't know my story. Baki be like he took a party. I say I get to one in Gori. So now I'm praying to God that he gon' come and see me through. A lot of these niggas on my case, they be pulling me back, but I won't let them get to me. Ambition is priceless, so I gotta make this buck, cause this money don't come for free. God is gonna open doors. Oh, God is gonna open doors. God is gonna open doors. God is gonna open. So what's up with all the yapping and the stabbing in the back? I ain't a saint, but that ain't real, man. All that's happening is whack. Where were you when I was snapping on the sack? When I was in the streets, I remember you was laughing on my tracks. You say that my accent was not legit. Bet you didn't think I come and top this list. I thank God for this blessing. This my confession. I worked for this pot. I'm the proof, I'm the lesson. Yani nani ani taki vipoa. Wali dani sipatikani ati alijitoa. Ni imani ni nayo ndani yani najiokoa. Juu ifani ni juu yamani yani raimi ni poa. So niko busy, nikitafuta ganji like a robber or probably a basta bandi. I'm always on the grind, need to hustle yani na nawacha legacy kama Mahatma Gandhi. And mama told me that, son, you gotta be strong and you don't got to worry. So you can criticize me all you want, but you don't know my story. Baki be like he took a party. I say I get to one in Gori. So now I'm praying to God that he gon' come and see me through. A lot of these niggas on my case, they be pulling me back, but I won't let them get to me. Ambition is priceless, so I gotta make this buck, cause this money don't come for free. God is gonna open doors. Oh, God is gonna open doors. God is gonna open doors. God is gonna open doors.
Aga pako nyawegi hata chimora gi kiti kakikelo no sheri chunya kona na weri ase tetni nikechinyonga gi chwechni ase tetni nikechinyonga gi lami unataka nini mama anagombo na neni okinyoledi morita aderitie kagibeni ase tetni nikechinyonga gi chwechni ase tetni nikechinyonga gi lami my jabe una metameta utakunywa nini wallet nimeleta anyako yoteke imeweza ukisuka chini unatetemesa ate tetni aye yekni ate tetni unatetemesa ate tetni aye yekni ate tetni unatetemesa karibia ringa wakuone maidia kutoka Kondele find me by the lakeside girl baby by my side penda hiyo design nimekamata yo behind fungulia tepe Mr. DJ nimejinyakulia figa namba 8 tonight is tonight starehe polite nimejinyakulia wacha nijigambe mama ya una metameta utakunywa nini
Pass me that wallet. I shall swipe. Oh yes. Suka. Tepi mama. Yengi mama. Tepi mama. Tepi mama. Signing out. Kijana Breezy Anchala. Salamu kwa watu wa Kisumu City. Watu wa Homa Bay.
Unatetemesha. And that brings us to section 14. Remember, we're talking about the Assembly and Demonstration Bill. And we are now at the place of offenses and penalties. All these laws must have an offense and the penalty for it. It shall be an offense to convene a public assembly with no or adequate notice. Okay? Haya. B. It shall be an offense to knowingly contravene or fail to comply with the notice of a condition to which an assembly or demonstration is subject to. Number 3, it shall be an offense to hinder, interfere with, obstruct or resist a police officer, convener, marshal, or any other person in the exercise of his powers or the performance of his duties under the Act. Or it's also an offense to be in possession of a weapon or any object unlawfully during an assembly or demonstration. What happens if you're found guilty of that? Those who contravene those provisions shall be guilty, and on conviction he shall be liable to a fine not exceeding 100,000 shillings or to imprisonment for a period not exceeding 1 year or both. Sawa sawa. So hiyo fine ikienda sana inafika so moja, na if in case you are taken to jail, it should be under up to a maximum of 1 year period. And I can tell you for sure, as one of the lawyers who was participating in representing some of the arrested individuals during the Occupy Parliament protests, I think the police were not clear what they want to charge people with. We started with guys being charged for unlawful assembly, hiyo ikauma nje. Guys were being charged with SG incitement, hiyo ikauma nje. At the end, they decided to charge people with drunk and disorderly. Being drunk and disorderly, the fine is 500 shillings. Is it 500 or 1,000? Yeah. 500 shillings for the fine of being drunk and disorderly. The police have no clue. They have no idea what to do with people who actually are going out for protests. Of course, it's important at this point to say that when you go out for a protest or for a demonstration, you have to ensure that you do it peaceably and you do it unarmed. Okay? You have to do it peacefully and you have to do it unarmed, because you cannot use a protest to go and cause chaos, to go and cause havoc, to go and injure anyone or to deprive anyone of their life. All right? You have to ensure that you follow the law. Everything is done peaceably. I think part of the disappointment with this bill is that it says nothing about the responsibilities of the police. It only speaks about the responsibilities of those who are attending. What about the police? What are their responsibilities? Should they be shooting people for attending a protest? Should they be clobbering people? Should they be abducting people? Should the police be covered? If you're saying the protesters cannot have their faces covered, should the police have their faces covered? It's a double standard and it's double speak. And we have seen that there's actually greater danger when a police officer's face is covered than when it is a civilian's face that has been covered. Because police have used those balaclavas and covering even the number plates to abduct people, and then they end up taking people to places where you can't even be, no one can establish where you are. They're shooting live rounds just at people who are protesting. Now they even want to determine what songs you can sing during a protest and what songs you can't. This bill is going to run into problems, especially in terms of freedom of speech as well, because there's only so much restriction you can put. So the period for public participation, I believe the period for sending in your views, that period has ended, but there's going to be a session that will be presented that will be made available for members of the public to actually go and also give their thoughts on some of these proposals. I see Yusuf is asking, how then can we get our views on this bill and others if the impact... let me see what you're saying here, bro. If the impact of recent views on the CS appointments petitions is anything to go by. Now, remember, one of the things we've said on this show is that the Court of Appeal in the finance bill case said kazi ya parliament kuchukua responses and public participation and then you throw them in the bin and move on. So you're not there to tick a box. You actually have to show what was the feedback, how did you consider the feedback, the one you took, you take it, and the one you rejected, why did you reject it? Okay? They did not do that with the CSs, and that means that those processes can actually be challenged in a court of law. But it's encouraged. Please, please, please turn up for the public participation. I'm going to be getting you details on that when the bill is coming up for public participation and where it will be. And then I think once we have that, we can go ahead and ensure that as Kenyans, we are participating in the story of our own governance. Do you have any questions about this bill? What do you think about this bill? I have to say, Joan says we are rejecting. Jonah Higa is listening to this show. Asante sana for being with us and for making it for this show. So, what do you think? Are we accepting? Are we rejecting? Or are we amending? It would be nice to hear your thoughts. And what are some of the things that are contentious for you? What are some of the things that you think should be dealt with or should be removed? Or how do you even suggest that, protests and demonstrations should be governed and regulated in Kenya? This is Sheria Dive right here on Power Radio. And time Amanda looks like will be done very, very soon. So, if you'd like a song, and we only play Kenyan music here. So I'm just going to open this. If you'd like a song, use that YouTube YouTube live chat feature. Just let us know which song you'd like us to play for you. And we're going to be doing that because when we come back, it's music, music, music as we get into proper weekend mode. Thank you very much.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
Some say a fool never changed his mind. Well, maybe, baby, I'm a fool for you. Mapenzi kipofu, kipenda maovu, huoni, oh love is blind, never seemed so true. When I'm broke, natumianga bro, please call me. Akipiga naomba do, mbona kuna message nazitumanga, send me money. To cut a long story short, yo, vumilia na mimi, please. don't leave me. Don't let the money fool you. Sponsors just wanna use you. Namwambia mtoto wa mama siharibike, ananishoni biashara tu, na siwezi mshibisha na panganga tu, na mwezi ukiisha sina ujanja, na renti kibishwa wanga blanda. Oh baby, baby, kwa nami wakati sina, leo sina kitu, kesho nitafanikiwa, na nikibarikiwa ahadi yangu ni sitasahau mali nimetoka nawe. Baby, kwa nami wakati sina, leo sina kitu, kesho nitafanikiwa, na nikibarikiwa ahadi yangu ni sitasahau mali nimetoka nawe. Baby, only you baby, you're my only one, my only one. Girl, I wanna take you to my mama, show her you're the one for me. I'll never, ever, never, ever leave you. Oh, believe me when I say you will forever be my queen. Yule nalana ye kwa dhiki, talana ye kwa faraja. Ahadi yangu ndio hiyo, kama pamoja tumelia, tutacheka pamoja. Wow, vumilia na mimi, please don't leave me. Don't let the money fool you, sponsors just wanna use you. Mtoto wa mama usiharibike, yeah. Oh baby, baby, kwa nami wakati sina, leo sina kitu, kesho nitafanikiwa, na nikibarikiwa ahadi yangu ni sitasahau mali nimetoka nawe. Baby, kwa nami wakati sina, leo sina kitu, kesho nitafanikiwa, na nikibarikiwa ahadi yangu ni sitasahau mali nimetoka nawe. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Mali nimetoka na wewe. Yeah, 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 yeah. My only one. Okay, sana ichiza kabubu. Baby, no more talk, just do. When time kama buyu, utaikwa chini uko juu. Forever be my only one. Tukiachana itaniuma na jua kuna niga na ngoja nichome aruke ndani ka super sub. Usiache happen, shikilie kasiri. You make it in life then, kushikilie pia mimi. You make me whole baby, don't let me go, stay beside me. You make me complete, how will my heart beat without you? Baby, baby, kwa nami wakati sina, leo sina kitu, kesho nitafanikiwa, na nikibarikiwa ahadi yangu ni sitasahau mali nimetoka nawe. Baby, kwa nami wakati sina, leo sina kitu, kesho nitafanikiwa, na nikibarikiwa ahadi yangu ni sitasahau mali nimetoka nawe.
African beauty, tall, dark, and handsome. Gave me his number, I gave him my name. That marked the beginning of such a beautiful thing. I don't know what I'm feeling when he's around. My head touches the ceiling, far back to the ground. Is it love or just infatuation? Whatever it is, I just love the sensation. About my African king, I love his big brown eyes and the color of his skin. I can't breathe whenever he's not around. I go weak, oh yeah, whenever he comes around. I don't know what I'm feeling when he's around. My head touches the ceiling, far back to the ground. Is it love or just infatuation? Whatever it is, I just love the sensation. I'm king. He's got my back, he's no coward. He's my ebony baby, coffee skin like a Howard. He's my hero, my strength. He's my African Jack Bauer. And I don't know what I'm feeling when he's around. My head touches ceiling, fall back to the ground. Is this love or just infatuation? Whatever it is, I just love the sensation.
Don't angry me. I want for the money, two for the show. Rigs. I want for the money, two for the show. And I boy, see baby now we are 2 in 1. We are 2 in 1. When I'm away you call on me, I call on you. Niki kumis na come through. Yeah, to pick you. Cause baby now we are 2 in 1. Yeah, we are 2 in 1. Oh na na. Concentrate. Oh baby girl, you got a hold on me. Kuku hata kidogo nkani every day. Baby wacha mchezo ebu come my way. You make a grown man sad for sure. Kaujajua mami now you know. Ukiwa nami wanishika mo. Ndani mpaka kwa roho. Oh baby come slowly, go slowly, yeah. My electric shock won't shock you. Come slowly, go slowly, yeah. See baby now we are 2 in 1. We are 2 in 1. When I'm away, you call on me. I call on you. Niki kumis na come through. Yeah, to pick you. Cause baby, now we are 2 in 1. Yeah, we are 2 in 1. Oh, na na. I want for the money. Kitabu akasome, yeah. Wamalize na mayowe, wanaleta chuki ay. Oh baby looky fine. Key design, come slowly, go slowly, yeah. My electric shock won't shock you. Come slowly, go slowly, yeah. See baby now we are 2 in 1. We are 2 in 1. When I'm away you call on me. Kumis na come through, yeah, to pick you. Cause baby now we are 2 in 1. Yeah, we are 2 in 1. Oh na na. I want for the money. I look at you, baby. You dig me, pole. I feel you, baby. You feel me, pole. Everything about you, baby, I'm loving it. Show they. Oh, you complete me, I complete you. See, baby, now we are 2 in 1. We are 2 in 1. When I'm away, you call on me. I call on you. Niki kumis na come through. Yeah, to pick you. Cause baby, now we are 2 in 1. Yeah, we are 2 in 1. Oh, na na. I want for the money.
Think you can have.
F what a hater say. Sipping on that hater rate. I'm tipsy off that Tangeray and Alizé. I'm hella paid. Pair of J's on me as I hit the stage. Elevate. Toast to the hard work. So every day we celebrate. I'm just a dream chaser trying to reach paper. A few years ago, you know we hadn't seen better. So I had to get up. Hustling never seemed better. I'm fed up, but it won't get the best of me, my nigga. I live a fast life if you can see. Mula team holding down Africa from the east. Please, you know we're trying to stack up all the G's. Getting money overseas. Mikey Tony had a dream. Luther King, we believe.
And if I'm gonna make it worth it, then I gotta go hard. Got my city on my back. If you feel me, holla back. I do it for the 250. We hold it up, we down. You know we holding it down. We hold it up, we down. You know we holding it. We hold it up, we down. You know we holding it down. Hold it up, we down. You know we holding it.
Hold it. See, I gotta get that dough. Your money been the motive. Mama told me take it slow, boy. Keep your options open. Now we be all up inside your TV. With a couple more beanies while we treat them haters like Stevie Wonder why these niggas bother anymore. Tell your tripper shopper man, Karungari better know that we swaggy. Nigga out your swaggy. Tucci's rolling doobies with some beanies in no backseat. But I don't trust these bitches. I don't trust these bitches. I don't trust these bitches cause they might catch me slipping. But you already know, Camula, that's that 2-5 flow. Yeah, now Ruby Town, you know we holding it.
And if I'm gonna make it worth it, then I gotta go hard. Got my city on my back. If you feel me, holla back. I do it for the 250. We hold it up,
Ruby Town, you know we holding it down.
hold it up,
Ruby Town, you know we holding it.
hold it up.
Ruby Town, you know we holding it down.
Hold it up,
I swear I've been waiting for this moment since I was 12 now. Rock a snapback, fuck a fitted, let your brain smile. And we just glad you finally listened cause you chose style. 5 mighty kids been on a mission while they talk slang. You spit, I vomit, have you on it, dog, I breathe rhymes. No Superman, just rapaholic, see my team shines. So now I'm sipping gin and tonic, we don't squeeze limes. This life's been bitter for a nigga, but I'm still fine. Hey. I hope you learn the basics. Boy, them A to Z's, your 1 to 3s ain't talking about the Matrix. Next to KFC, oh yes indeed, I've graduated to MC. Living my dreams, glory to G.O.D.
And if I'm gonna make it worth it, then I gotta go hard. Got my city on my back. If you feel me, holla back. I do it for the 250. We hold it up,
Ruby Town, you know we holding it down.
hold it up,
Ruby Town, you know we holding it.
hold it up.
Ruby Town, you know we holding it down.
Hold it up,
Ruby Town, you know we holding it.
Wanna hold it down. Remember, we've almost come to the end of our show. This show is 1 to 3 p.m. And of course, on Monday, we are back here between 5 and 6 p.m. on Sheria Dive. It's been a pleasure just having you with us on this show. I'm always looking forward to just doing this show and talking to you. Asanteni sana for all who have been able to give their feedback, who've been able to ask their questions. Of course, we are keeping our eyes peeled. There'll be public participation coming on this bill. So we're going to be looking at that and just trying to determine what will be considered, what won't they consider, and why. Sindio? Yes, that's what we're going to be doing. But of course, I'm just looking out, it looks like it's still sunny here in Nairobi. So please get out of the house. It's good for your mental health. Get some sun. Go see what the world looks like outside. Usipata waliuza Kenya manzuki wa kakeja. Sawa. So enda ujibambe sana, and then we see you back here on Monday. God bless you and keep you. Have a lovely rest of the afternoon from Flo and I here in the studio. It's Tuko Pamoja. I'm namna gani? Let's go.
Pawa Radio. Tune in and power up.
Steady rocking on the midnight train.
tunapita kama moshi na kabla tuzame mchangani kuna kushinda na kufeli inabidi ujijue tofauti ya mwalimu na mwanafunzi ni ujuzi na ujuaji. Oh, it's unbelievable that we make it this far. Undeniable, we see the promised land from afar, and it's so beautiful. No, they can't touch the fire, and you know it's not in vain. Steady dripping through the pain. Oh, yeah. Steady rocking on the midnight train. Steady rocking on the midnight train. Oh Lord, steady rocking on the midnight train. Steady rocking on the midnight train. On the midnight train.
Siku zazidi badilika, mengi yazidi kunipita jama. Oh no, maji yalipozidi unga, hawakudhani tutafika. It's unbelievable that we made it this far. Undeniable to see the promised land from afar. So beautiful, they gon' know who we are. They keep on walking in the rain. Kuna blessings in the pain. Steady rocking on the midnight train. Steady, ready. Steady rocking on the midnight train. Oh Lord, steady rocking on the midnight train. To Zion. It's on our road to Zion. Nothing will ever deny us. Whatever it takes, keep on rocking. Whatever it takes, keep on moving. To Zion, to Zion, to Zion. Yeah. Steady rocking on the midnight train. Steady rocking on the midnight train. Oh Lord, steady rocking on the midnight train. To Zion, to Zion, to Zion, to Zion. Steady rocking on the midnight train. Steady rocking on the midnight train. Oh Lord, steady rocking on the midnight train. To Zion, to Zion.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.